Hi, this is Amy Tang, and today I'm going to be teaching from the Divine Choreography and Techniques DVD by Lynn Hayden on how to create effective entrances and choreography for musical introductions in your dances for him. And it's the first exercise, or the first teaching principle on this DVD. It's a wonderful DVD. And this is designed to do with a group of about 50 people. So if you have a conference or workshop with 50 people, what you would do is divide them into 5 groups. 5 groups of 10. If you have 50 people at your workshop, you're going to divide them into 5 groups of 10. And their job is going to be to create 2 sets of 8 counts of music. First, to get the group of dancers onto the platform and into position. And secondly, to create 2 sets of 8 counts of music. Once they're on the platform, very simple movements they can use during a musical introduction. So, for entrances, when you are getting your group onto the platform, that's a really important time because it's the first thing that everyone sees, and you want it to be orderly and simple. So you want to be moving through the introduction, but you don't want to have great big grandiose movements. You want to save that for when the music of the song gets big. So something as simple as just walking onto the platform and having each person raise their hand can be very powerful. Or having everyone walk up and in succession raise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with each dancer raising an arm every 2 counts unified. So it could be as simple as breaking the group into 2 parts where each line walks up onto the platform, passes each other, and then gets into their formation. Or perhaps they would come up in 2 groups down the middle and walk in a symmetrical pathway, like a circle or something else, and then into their formation. One last way might be to have the either the solo dancer or just part of the group come up on the first 8 and go into a low pose. And then have on the second 8, the rest of the group come in and do a higher pose, perhaps complementary to them. So those are some ways that you can take 2 counts of 8 to enter and find your position on the platform. Groups are going to focus on creating movement, 2 counts of 8 movement when they're already on the platform. Again, this is going to be simple. If you have something too complex or something that can be too individualized, it may not look uniform. Like, let's say you would love to have everyone do this, but you notice the whole group, when they do it together, it's kind of, everyone has their unique way of doing it. So you could just shift it to something simple like that. Or I had a group and I wanted everyone, we had about 8 or 10 counts, to turn. It was, the song was talking about the turning of time. Well, when we all did that together, it was just a jumble. So what we did instead is we did it in succession. One person at a time had 2 counts, and they would step, step, and the next person step, 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 step. So it was still effective and it was powerful, but it was a simpler movement for each people. And because we did it one right after the other, the individual differences weren't so obvious. So that's something that you can do using succession on a very simple move, adds variety, but also keeps it nice and clean. So some of the things that you can do when a group is already on the stage or the platform would be to have, let's say one group, part of the group is low, part of the group is high. The group that's low can begin with 4 counts of a gesture. The group in the back can echo with the same gesture, or they might echo with a contrasting gesture. So if the first group is raising angular arms, the back group might move in a rounded position. But they're each doing a very simple move, one right after the other. Another simple movement you can do during introductory music is to have the groups trade places. So if you've got a front line and a back line, they might, just as they walk, 2, 3, 4, the back line comes front, and the front line comes back. Another thing you can do is just have one person, if there's a soloist, that she might do a pose 2, 3, 4, and the other group poses 2, 3, 4, and then she might pose 2, 3, 4, and they echo 2, 3, 4. That's not exactly an echo, I guess they would be reversing it, but either one that you could do. So there you have it. For fifth, this could work with certainly with a smaller group of people, but would be great for a group of 50 people divided into 5 groups where you would get the chance to see entrances, choreography for entrances and for musical introductions, keeping it simple, unified, and clean, and making the most of that musical time. I hope you found this helpful, and there's just so much on the Divine Choreography Tips and Techniques video with even more ideas both for this and beyond. So I hope you're blessed by that and that you'll take a look at that video.